Hello friends, welcome to another Scifier haul, and I will say that the majority of this I was able to get with the commission that I get from you using my code, so I am really grateful for anyone that has used my code, and I wouldn't be able to do these hauls with the frequency that I've recently been able to do them without your support in purchasing manga and books and whatnot from Scifier. So I leave the link and the code in the description of all my videos, and I will leave it on the screen here again. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's used my code for anything, because yeah, it's allowed me to get the majority of this. Obviously some of this is my own money as well, but yeah, I don't know how to do this haul. We're gonna start with series continuations, and then we'll move on to a couple of first volumes. Did I say I was gonna stop buying volume ones of things till I did what's on my shelf? Yes, I did, but I saw them and I couldn't help myself. Okay, it was a thing that happened. So these, oh, it came a bit damaged. But first up we have The Summer Hikaru Died, volumes 2 and 3. These are stunning covers. Like, they're so simple, yet just so pretty. I got into this series obviously because of Gem. The majority of these series are because of Gem. You make it sick of me saying that, but it is what it is. I am my fully geeked out manga loving self because of the encouragement from Gem. These I'm really excited to get to. They're both a bit thicker than the first one as well. It doesn't look like that on camera, but they are. Next up we have Mashle Volume 4, and you'll probably see in my previous haul I got Mashle Volumes 5, 6 and 7 because I had volumes 1, 2 and 3 and I thought I had volume 4. So that was me like reading through them, getting really excited to continue to the next one, and then after I read volume 3 I realised I didn't have volume 4. So that was very frustrating for me. So I now have volumes 4, 5, 6 and 7 to continue with in this series. And this, if you don't know, is, oh, I didn't tell you what this is about. So this is about a boy called Hikaru who goes into the woods, or is it the mountains? The mountains, I think, and he comes back and it's not him that comes back. It's his face, it's his body, but his best friend knows that it's not him inside there. And he seems to be the only person who knows that it's not Hikaru that's really come back. It's weird, and I didn't know initially if it was one that I was gonna like, but after the first volume, I just, it's just the right amount of weird for me, and it's just the right amount of, it's not gory, but there's like, obviously it's not a human inside of Hikaru, so there's certain things that are kind of like in moments, but it's not too much for me and my sensitive tummy to have, like, to read. So there we go. And then this follows a boy called Mash who lives in a world where everyone is magical apart from him, and we don't find out, so far from what I've watched and read, we don't find out why he's not magical. He's just, he's not, he doesn't have magic. So he's been raised to use his muscles instead, and he has got to a point now with his strength where he can kind of get away with making people believe that some things that he does are magical, but for reasons he has to enter into an academy, which is a magic academy, and he has to become like the top rated student in magic without having any magic, for reasons. And that's all I'm gonna say. The people we meet on the way, I just, there's a character that's supposed to be one of the bad guys that you just kind of just want to cuddle and just be like, it's okay, trauma. And obviously that's one of Gem's favourite characters. But you've got Mash and Tom, and they're probably my favourites. Although Dot is hilarious. The next one we have is Full Metal Deluxe Full Metal Edition Volume 8. I do have volumes 17 and 18 of this, and then volumes 1 to 6. There was a whole thing where I was scared that these went out of print for a while, but it was like really difficult to get hold of them during COVID, and that's when I started really getting into this series. So as soon as 17 and 18 came out, I sort of like panic bought them and realised that I might not be able to get hold of the rest of the series, but then they started to reprint these. So as soon as I get the money, these come in and out of stock really, really quickly. So as soon as I see them in stock, and it might mean that sometimes I have to buy them out of order, I will pick one of these up. But they are spenny volumes, and the reason why they are so spenny is obviously because they are hardcover. But this is 1.5 volumes of the Full Metal Alchemist series, so there's only 18 volumes of this. So Full Metal Alchemist, I didn't tell you what this is about either, follows a boy called Ed, brothers Alphonse and Ed, who when they were younger they've always wanted to like study alchemy. They found a love for it, and then something happened which meant that they did an alchemical, I want to call it a spell, I don't know what it's called, I don't know if it's called a spell. They did a thing with an alchemical spell, I'm going to call it a spell, which went wrong, and it meant that Alphonse is now basically a soul inside a suit of armour, and Ed has one arm and one leg that is made of metal. Next up we have volumes 10, 11 and 12 of Spy Family. I have also done a thing with this where I've bought volumes 1 to 7 and then volumes 9, 10, 11, 12, and I realised after I'd purchased these ones that I don't actually have volume 8. So once again, that is gone back on my Amazon wish list, because I don't think I'm going to be able to buy 8 before my birthday, and I think I'll probably wait until after my birthday to use some of my auntie's money to buy that volume again, either from Amazon or Scifier, whichever order I do first. But yeah, this series is just cute and cosy. It follows Twilight, who is a spy, given a mission to try and get close to a guy who, and they found the only way you can get through to him is through his son, which means that he has to have a child. And his son goes to an elite school, so this child, in order to get to this elite school, you have to be like a perfect family. So he has to find himself a child and a wife. So Twilight ends up finding a child called Anya, who is adorable, but she is telepathic. She's a telepath. And then he finds a wife called Yor, who is an assassin. Twilight and Yor don't know about each other, and they don't know that Anya is a telepath, but obviously Anya knows that her dad's a spy and her mum's an assassin. And she's not the brightest coin in the bunch, if that's a saying, I don't know. Brightest spark? Yeah, she's not the brightest, but she's adorable and all the bits. And they've got a dog called Bond. Next up we have volumes 9, 10 and 11 of Blue Exorcist. I need to continue with this series. This was also a series that I bought out of order because of shortage of volumes when I was buying this. So I think I have up to volumes 11 now, and then volumes 19 to 24, I think. So for those of you who don't know, Blue Exorcist follows a boy called Rei Nakamura, who finds out he is the son of Satan, and he decides, after something happens, that he wants to kill Satan. So he trains to be an exorcist, and he's got a brother, and that's all I'm going to say, because there's so much more to it than that. But yeah, that's how it starts. And I was going to show you another cover, but I don't think that bit, I think I'd probably get banned from YouTube, because I will say that with one of the characters, with a lot of like anime and manga, there is a lot of like fan service. So the other cover is a woman wearing very little, but so that's why I didn't show you that cover. One cover that I can show you though is volumes 16, 17 and 18 of Attack on Titan. I have watched all of this, and I am slowly in the process of acquiring these volumes physically. I now have shelves where I can put them, and I'll be able to store all my lovely editions together, and I still have a bit of ways to go because there's 34 volumes, so I still have a few more of these to collect. But I'm slowly making my way through these physically as well. Next up we have volume 6 and volume 7 of Windbreaker. I've read volume 1 and 2. I bought volumes 1 to 5 when I first started to buy them, because I knew that that was a series that I would really enjoy. Again, Gem Wreck, Attack on Titan is a Gem Wreck. Blue Exorcist I got before Gem. The Spy Family was a Tory wreck. So yeah, volume 6 and 7, just to continue the series. I haven't got to these volumes yet, but at least they are here for when I want to read them. And then finally, for the series continuations, this is my biggest chunk yet. And this is volumes 6, 7, 8 and 9 of Solo Leveling. This is a manhwa, and if you have not invested any time into this series, I highly recommend you do. This follows the weakest hunter of all time, and he, bless him, he can only ever raid E-level dungeons until it goes into a dungeon that's not an E-level dungeon, and you know, it's not really understood as to why he can enter this dungeon, because he's not supposed to be able to, and things go wrong. And this is all happens in the first volume. Things happen, all of a sudden Jiwoo can level up, and you're not supposed to be able to level up, and it's a whole thing, and that's how it starts. Again, this goes into way more. This gives me vibes of like a World of Warcraft situation, where you go in like raid dungeons and you come across all these different like beasties. Really good. And I started to watch the anime. Again, top tier entertainment, guys. And we're gonna move on to volume 1s that I purchased. Look, I couldn't say no, okay? Like, I put one of the ones in my basket for a series continuation, and then it popped up. I was like, if you bought this, people who bought this would also buy this. And then I was like, maybe I will buy this then. First up, you can't blame me. You can't blame me. So this is Tokyo Revengers, a letter from Kisuke Baji. Baji is, so far, a character that I'm really enjoying. And I don't think this is a spin-off. It says, the untold story of two of Tomo's toughest officers is revealed in this all-new Tokyo Revengers tale. So, Baji, this is Baji. Say hello, Baji. He's great, and I have my eye on this for a few months now. It's been in my wish list on Scifier, and I haven't even got partway through Tokyo Revengers yet, but I feel like this needs to be on my shelf, so it's there. And I think I will enjoy it because I'm enjoying Tokyo Revengers, so that one makes a whole lot of sense. But so does this one, because it looks cool. So this is Itaewon Class by Kwang Jin. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Revenge is a dish at best served cold. A single choice can completely alter one's future. A truth no one knows more than Seroyi Park, whose decision to stop a school bully exposes him to a harsh reality of money and power. Things go from bad to worse when his dad, who stood by him through it all, gets killed by the very same bully, and Seroyi vows to take a life for a life. I'm just gonna read that. And this is, once again, a manhwa, I think. Yeah, it's a manhwa. And, oof, it's quality. Absolutely quality. Right. Next up, we have Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost. Look at it! Look at that beast! He looks scary. Says, are you beautiful? Young and rambunctious Belle insists on going out to play in the Forbidden Woods, but her adventurous streak abruptly ends when her mother is spirited away by a beast known to kidnap beautiful women. Twisted by the loss of his wife, Belle's father keeps his daughter and her unusual violet hair locked away in an effort to protect her from prying eyes. Years later, news of the beast's reappearance coaxes Belle back to the woods where it all began, but her desperate search for the truth may be more perilous than she could have ever imagined. Woo! So I really like this. I like the sound of this. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast, but make it anime. And yeah, why not? Why the fuck not, guys? This is Kaguru Days. I think this was Gemrek. This is the story of August 14 and 15. Shunataro Kisaragi, self-appointed guardian of his domestic domain, has refused to leave the comfort of his room for 2 whole years. But Shintaro's life is about to take an unexpected turn when his computer crashes and he is forced to venture out into the world he was happy to shut out forever and stumbles right into the middle of a hostage situation. This was Mysterious Disappearances. Was it the Eclectic Collector? Oh, that might have been the Eclectic Collector. Maybe. I'm getting mixed up. I don't know. It was somebody that I watched on the YouTubes. Okay? And Mysterious Disappearances. This was definitely the Eclectic Collector. Mysteries aren't just secrets, they're objects. This is the elixir of the moon which restores one's youth. The songs of another world which must never be uttered aloud. The strange tales of the land of immortals which contains the testimonies of those who have been spirited away. And now in Tokyo, these mysteries and more are reappearing in the form of urban legends. Burnt out novelist Ogawa Sumireko and demon boy Adashino Ren are out to collect as many as possible, but Sumireko has a knack for not just finding, but triggering the magical effects of the mysteries. Will she survive her brush with supernatural? Does the demonic rain have other plans for her? I was sold. Get in the basket. Next one is Magic of the Ninth. This was one that came up when it was like, if you bought this, you may like this. Can I remember what it was? I think it was Blue Exorcist. And this is by Ichiya Sazanami. Beethoven, the Demon Hunter. High school student Sumaru Takaru... Oh my god, I can't speak today. High school student Sumura Takaru has a dark secret. His parents were murdered by demons. Consumed by vengeance, Takaru seeks out the famed demon hunter, Beethoven. Beethoven is a magia, a wizard who wields the power of music to battle demons. Taken underneath Beethoven's wings, Takaru joins the ranks of other renowned magia, Bach, Mozart, Schubert, Liszt and Tchaikovsky. This unique type of demon hunters will use their music-based magic to combat the world's demons. Now all Takaru needs to do is figure out how to convince Beethoven to upgrade him from his personal cleaning boy to a fully fledged apprentice. This is why I got it. Music makes the people. At My Happy Marriage Volume 1, this was a me rec. To me, I told me to buy it and I bought it. I started watching this on Netflix. It's also come a little bit damaged, but that's doable. It's only a little nick on the top. But I stopped watching it because, you know, why finish a series, eh? Who does that? Not me. But I was really enjoying it. This is more of a cozy vibe, less action. Mio is the girl and she is basically treated as, like, she's treated like shit, basically, where she is. And she gets married off to Kudo, is that his name? From the Kudo family. And yeah, that's all I've got to so far, is when they first sort of meet and she starts like cooking for him and stuff. So I don't know how it develops after that. I'm guessing it's going to be more romance heavy, but from what I know, this is more of a cutesy romance than a smutty romance, but I may be wrong. It's not wrapped, so I can't imagine it's going to be that bad. And then finally, we wrap up this whole shebang with another gem wreck, which is Tokyo Aliens by Naue? Welcome to the sprawling metropolis? It's not what you say. Metropolis of Tokyo, a top intergalactic tourist destination where the lives of Earthlings and aliens intertwine. And that's all I'm going to say. I was going to do a vlog where I read my volume 1s that I've got. I feel, don't quote me on this, I feel like maybe I might have so many volume 1s that it might have to be over a couple of vlogs. However, I am super duper happy with my haul, and I am now going to have to find a space for all of these. Luckily, I do have new bookshelves that I got as part of my housewarming gift to myself. I got the IKEA ones that were the tall and like 80 wide ones. So most of this already has a space waiting for it. If you do want to buy books or graphic novels or manga from Scifier and you would like to support me, then my link's down below with my code. You don't have to. I would still recommend using Scifier, whether you use my code or someone else's code or nobody's code. I would still recommend you use this site anyway, because the deals that you get in general are really good. So yeah, if you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. If you're here and you want to let me know you're here, but don't really say, please do a black hat, much appreciated. Until next time, enjoy whatever video you want to do, and I'll see you all next time.